Israeli government spokesman Eylon Levy to discuss what is going on there. He's also served as the international media advisor to Israel's President Isaac Herzog. Sir, welcome into Newsline. Good to see you.
Hello, Bianca.
I'd like to put up a post today from the International Red Cross president that you also noted, where she writes that she's arrived in Gaza and goes on to say that the people's suffering is intolerable, saying the hostages must be released and that the Red Cross can safely visit them, to which you said this is the closest it's come in condemning Hamas's strategy of human shields. How much further would you like to see the Red Cross go, though, when it comes to the citizens that Israel is still trying to get released and free today?
I'll go further than that. The Red Cross has not only not condemned Hamas's sick strategy of human shields, it hasn't condemned Hamas's exploitation of hospitals, its exploitation of ambulances for military purposes. And this is really outrageous because for the last month, as we have been exposing evidence of Hamas crimes against humanity and war crimes inside the Gaza Strip, we have been faced with a wall of international agencies that have been busy denying and covering up Hamas's exploitation of these humanitarian facilities. And we're demanding answers from these global agencies about what they are planning to do now in order to stop terrorists from exploiting humanitarian facilities. But this is a very important statement. The president of the Red Cross is right. Hamas must grant access to the Red Cross, to those remaining 137 hostages. We're talking about elderly people who are abducted without their medications, young people abducted with horrific injuries, in some cases limbs being blown off. Now, we don't expect any sort of humanitarianism from the army of terror that burned, beheaded and raped people on October 7th, but that is the basic humanitarian mercy Hamas needs to give these people: immediate access to the Red Cross, and that must happen now.
Absolutely. Well, free them now would be amazing. That would be...
Well, we've been demanding to get them back immediately and unconditionally, and until that happens, they've got to see doctors.
There is a senior Hamas official on the record today saying resuming talks with Israel on further exchange of hostages must be tied to a permanent ceasefire. But of course, that is exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to have a permanent ceasefire, and this is sort of the mental game they're playing, though. Your reaction when you hear comments like that?
Now, this war can only end one way. This war will end with the end of Hamas. Because the October 7th massacre was so horrific, the barbaric atrocities that Hamas committed, the sheer scale of the cruelty, that we cannot leave Hamas in power a day longer. Because on October 7th, when it brutally murdered 1,200 people, when it retreated into the Gaza Strip with 240 hostages, it immediately told us it wanted to do the October 7th massacre all over again. And we know that the consequences of inaction, if we leave Hamas free, then it's only going to attack our people again, and we'll find ourselves in the same cycle of violence. So we're sticking to the same strategy of unrelenting military pressure on Hamas to release our hostages. But ultimately, this war is going to have to end with the end of Hamas.